A two, a one, two, three. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. Hey, check me out. What's up? Welcome to Teek's Tips. I'm Atika, aka Teek, and here are some of my tips. Episode number 5. Can you believe we're here? And I want to get a little more intimate with you guys. So I'm sitting in my Big Joe lazy boy, and that is kind of on the nose of what we're talking about today. Due to a lot of procrastination, today's Teek's Tips is about procrastination. Even something as big to me and as important to me now as this show was something that I once procrastinated. And if it wasn't for one of my friends, my guy T Spice on the gram, make sure you put that @ sign, holla at him, because he really pushed me to get Teek's Tips done. And if it wasn't for him, y'all wouldn't even know anything about this platform. Jumping right in from my appreciation to Talmadge Spicer. Number 1, find an accountability partner. It's important to have somebody who's gonna not only check on you to see if you did your goals, but push you. And a good way to push somebody, which I learned from my homeboy, T Spice again, is having an incentive. So if you tell someone that they have to pay this amount of money if they don't, something as simple as going to the gym, they are most likely going to go to the gym or keep procrastinating and see the deductions in their account and not be too happy with that and be ready to hop onto their goals. So having somebody who's going to call you out, make sure that you get things done and really push you and not just be sweet on you. Tip number 2, write it down. If it's not in your schedule, if you didn't write it down, it ain't going to happen. I can speak for myself. If I don't write it down, it ain't going to happen. And sometimes when I write it down, it still don't happen. But writing it down makes me feel a little more guilty that it hasn't been done. And I can look back at previous weeks and say, I told myself I was going to do X, Y, Z. I didn't. Now what? So write it down. Make it a part of your plan. I know that they say, whoever they is, they say, if you don't plan, you'll fail. Or if you fail, you plan. Something like that. Procrastination is something that I really struggle with. And some of these tips have really helped me get it done. Tip number 3, remember why. Remember why you started it. Remember why you're doing it. Remember why it's important. Remembering why will help you along the way. It'll help you when you're feeling like, I don't feel like getting up in the morning and going to the gym, or I don't feel like getting on schedule for my Teek's Tips, because I mess up a lot of times with my schedule when it comes to doing Teek's Tips. A good week for me is when I've recorded it by Tuesday, edited it by the end of Wednesday evening, and it's ready to put it out on Thursday early morning. This is a show that I've been talking about for over 2 years, something that I had in mind that I wanted to do when I first moved to Los Angeles, and I didn't do it. And I kept getting upset, like, why won't I get this done? What is stopping me? And it wasn't as big or as important to me as it became. And then I started to meet a lot of people who were doing their own content, and I was so inspired by them and what they were doing. And I was like, I could do that. So remembering your why will help you stay the course. Tip number 4, remove distractions. So you've written it out, it's on your schedule, you got your accountability partner, they called you, they said, all right, you going to the gym this morning at this time? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call you. If you don't wake up and go, you owe me $50. Boom, they're holding you accountable. You remember your why. Remember that it's something. You have your pictures up. You have your vision board. It's up in the morning. You're looking at it. I want to look like this. This is my body goal. When that alarm goes off, what happens then? You have the choice to either get up and go to the gym, or you could press snooze, or you can lay in bed and think about the time that it is right now and how much you really don't want to get up and scroll on Instagram and do something else that's distracting. When I'm procrastinating, I'm just doing everything that has nothing to do with what I need to do, and I go down this rabbit hole. But what I've really noticed that has helped me, when I take the time, 5 p.m. every day, I'm going to write out acting goals, right? I will put my phone on airplane mode for that 30-minute or hour chunk. During that time, all I'm focusing on is my goals, writing them out. That ain't easy. Going from the shade room to our ex's Instagram, and it's been a whole hour. Procrastination is something that you're going to fight with if you don't have some of these main things, because we're not writing it down. We're not having anyone hold us accountable. We're being distracted. We forgot why we even want it. And honest, that leads me to tip number 5. Tip number 5, do it. Do it! You're going to be more disappointed in yourself for not getting it done than for doing it. You might be tired the first couple of weeks when you got to get up at 4 a.m. to get to the gym. But in 4 weeks, when you start seeing results from the gym, you're like, oh, you feeling yourself. I'm still battling procrastination. It's something that I think it's in my genes. No, but seriously, it's something that I struggle with. It's something that I know is holding me back from a lot of the things that I want. And I am really, really trying to start at least making baby steps to doing these 5 things that can help me reach my goal. I'm not perfect. You ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. Okay, nobody's perfect. But we can really decide to remember ourselves. Remember that how important it is to go after the things that we really want. Procrastination is going to bring you 10 steps backwards when you're trying to move 20 steps forward. Thank you guys for tuning in to Teek's Tips. I'm Atika. I aspire to inspire. Peace! I'll catch y'all next time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. Hey, check me out.